guys, I am Chris Scaler.
And I'm Amber Frost from Kyuujin, and today we are back at the guys with House of Dragons. Episode 9 from first season.
Yes, last episode, King Viserys died at the very end. So now I can't stop saying, like, he's gonna die today, he's gonna die today.
Now you are right.
He died after seeing his whole family having a dinner together and seemingly saying to one another, we're gonna stop fighting, I respect you, we're all the same, great.
Truth?
Except after he left, the kids started insulting each other, they started to fight almost, so it's kind of too late. Even if Rhaenyra and Alicent say they're fine with each other, their kids grew up with the hatred, and now it just keeps going, so it's too late. And even more than that, Rhaenyra talked to her father about Aegon's dream, and then when Alicent was with him, he responded to Rhaenyra, but it was Alicent that was right there. So she heard him say that Aegon, Prince Aegon, unite the realm, something like that, you must do it. So she heard from that she needs to put her son on the throne.
Because she doesn't know all of it.
Yeah.
She just heard those simple words.
Of course, it's gonna sound like his last words, it's gonna sound like his last wish, so I definitely see why she would think this is the best way to go. On top of that, Otto is probably gonna push for it as well, because he doesn't want Rhaenyra on the throne, but yeah, it's about to happen, because he's dead. So Rhaenyra, with her children with Daemon, and her still bastard sons with, what was his name?
Jace.
Strong.
Yeah.
Last name Strong. The King's Guard. No, the City Watch. Yeah, basically.
Him.
She's gonna have to prepare. War's coming, and it's gonna hurt. So yeah, this is where we are. Oh, there's a Valyrian guy who got killed.
Well, of course, he insulted Rhaenyra and her children.
But before he died, Viserys just confirmed that Luke was gonna be the next heir to, well, the one that inherits Driftmark. So we'll see how all of that may change, or yeah, what they do to keep it. So let's jump in this episode and see what happens. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Let's go.
We have never managed to see Viserys, so I guess we won't confirm, but he's dead. Oh, this is gloomy.
Yeah.
Everyone would be mourning.
The realm lost a good king.
You told me you wish for Aegon to be king.
No.
You did not have the full prophecy.
He was he wasn't even there.
I was the only one to hear it. And now he's dead.
And that's the thing. If someone doubts, they can just say, oh, that's his last words to me, which it's true. So people would be saying like, oh, this was his will? Why not back the Greens? Why not back the Hightowers? Miscommunication.
What is it that could not have waited an hour? The king is dead.
Yep, no time for jokes and everything else.
And we're not even talking about the children here. We're literally talking about putting Aegon instead of Rhaenyra, which has been established for years.
With his last breath, he impressed upon the queen his final wish, that his son should succeed him.
Oh no.
I mean, it could have happened that he changed his mind on his deathbed, but it's the
But
fact
we
that
know.
we know.
Then we may proceed now with the full assurance of his blessing on our long-laid plans.
Yes.
They were all in on it. Bitch. I hate them.
Let ravens be sent to our allies, Riverrun and Highgarden.
Am I to understand that members of the small council have been planning to install my son without me?
Yeah.
My queen, there was no need to sully you with darkling schemes.
She's surprised just as much as we are. It's fucking
Replace the
treason.
king's chosen heir with an impostor.
His firstborn son is hardly an impostor. You heard the Lord Hand, plot or no, the king changed his mind.
Oh, come on.
I'm 70 years old.
I love you, man.
Viserys longer than any, and I will
He's
not
finally
believe
saying
he said
something.
this, with only the boy's mother as a witness.
Yes. Careful not to be killed.
The king was well last night.
Is he
It could
implying that
sound-
she killed him?
Which of you here
They could
can swear
question it.
that he died of his own accord, whether it was one of you or all of you? I care not. I will have no part.
Sir Kristen, what the fuck?
Bitch!
What the fuck?
Really?
He just killed one of member of the council.
Throw down your sword
And remove your cloak, Sir Creston.
Sorry, my computer's freaking out too, I think.
Cast down your sword.
Oh my
Not suffer
god.
insults to her grace the queen.
There was no insult to me, Sir Chris. You put aside your blade.
Oh my gosh, you pompous breath.
You are forgetting yourself so much. You don't deserve to be a knight, man.
Lord Commander, enough.
He just killed a guy from the...
Now, the door remains shut until we finish our business.
So that's what happens when one of them disagrees? Wishes to keep going with what has been established for 20 years. You kill him and no one says a thing?
What of Rhaenyra? You mean to imprison her?
She and her family will be given the opportunity to publicly swear obeisance to the new king.
She will never bend the knee. Nor will Daemon, which you know.
Everything he said to her Rhaenyra was gonna do, he's now doing to Rhaenyra. And everything is going too fast for Alicent to comprehend.
It is unsavory, yes, but a sacrifice we must make to secure Aegon's succession. The king wouldn't wish for any
The king did not wish for the murder of his daughter. He loved her. I will not have you deny this.
Thank you for this, at least. I'm liking her a lot right now. At the very least, she's speaking, you know, her mind and making it sound like they're all crazy.
What do you suggest, Your Grace?
She's a bit over her head right now.
Overwhelmed, yeah.
Time is of the essence.
I mean,
Lord Commander Westerling, take your knights to Dragonstone. Be quick and be clean.
Say something, girl, man. Even if I know we're going to war, you know?
oh,
Yeah, I agree. Kind of
he's
like,
breaking his oath.
kind of like with Barristan Selmy, like, you do not stand for this fucking play.
I recognize no authority but the king's. And until there is one, I have no place here.
This is men that have been plotting to remove Rhaenyra for years, and now that there's an opportunity,
Now that
they
it's
are-
convenient.
yeah, they're.
It is our fate to crave always what is given to another.
She's right. She's always right. Apparently, everything she says is kind of like a prophecy or something.
She might have a gift.
Yep.
Your father.
There is a beast beneath the boards.
Oh, my dearest love.
It's true, their dad just died. The age difference makes me forget it sometimes.
Where's the prince? I do not know. Find him. Bring him to me and me alone, Sir Eric.
So much is about to change.
They lock her up.
Yeah, things are changing. They don't want to leave them with power or a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
They basically want to name him king, I guess, before anyone
Protest.
can protest. It's a way to keep the word here.
Everyone that may know that Viserys is dead.
Prince Aegon's not to be found within the castle walls, Your Grace.
I trust again to you, Sir Criston. Aegon must be found and he must be brought to me. The very fate of the Seven Kingdoms depends on it.
I'll come with you. Sir Eric isn't the only one who knows Aegon's doings.
It's kind of heartbreaking because, like, there's supposed to be one group, but in the group there's challenging opinions. Like, she's literally going against her father in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Who has the real power? It all depends on who finds Aegon, who, you know, makes the choices. They did not listen to her 1 second in that council chamber, you know?
You once swore your banners to Rhaenyra. You must now pledge them to the future king.
There's technically no proof that he did that, so people who would support Rhaenyra would question this.
Some of them already does.
I must confer first with my house on this matter.
You're being told the king changed his mind.
Yeah, they won't have a choice in it.
Some might not like the idea to follow Aegon with his reputation.
I am no oath breaker. I will not bend the knee.
House Fell keeps its sworn oath to the princess.
It's courageous because I would be afraid to be killed right there.
There's like only 3 of them that stand their ground, so they're all gonna get killed. Yeah, you don't really have a choice now.
Long live the king.
This is no way to start a rule. And like, of course, there's multiple ways to see this because for Alicent, the king told her to put Aegon on the throne, so she would be believing that this is his wish. I'm pretty sure she does not agree with how her father is doing things.
Let's have a look. Go.
God damn.
How old are they? About 10 years, I should say.
What the fuck?
Prince Aegon spends many a night in this place.
Oh, of course he would.
You must see everything.
Oh.
Aegon, one of
I'll say it again, they want him to be king.
Hell no.
Oh my god. Fighting pits are
I think
horrible.
he's gonna do something.
Saying he agrees, but then warning them maybe?
Maybe warning Rhaenyra, yeah.
It is I, the younger brother, who studies history and philosophy. It is I who trains with the sword, who rides the largest dragon in the world. It is I who should be...
Oh, some contest from inside the family.
I'm next in line to the throne. Should they come looking for me, I intend to be found.
I don't know about him, but I would also choose him over Aegon, if only because he's...
I don't think he would go against his brother, but he won't put up a fight to resist.
I don't know. But yeah, it feels like he might just go and warn Rhaenyra. But I'll say this though, it's interesting to see the behind the scenes of how they would put a king on the throne. It's kind of like if we see how Cersei put Joffrey on the throne before we figured it out.
The king. And you are usurping the throne. It was my husband's dying wish.
Fuck off.
Believe it or no, Aegon will be king. I came here to ask your support. I must credit you for your boldness. Rhaenyra's heirs are none of yours. It is your husband who grasps so heedlessly for the throne. And even he has abandoned you. Gone these 6 long years to fight a desperate battle.
But
the word
still.
in my house is not fickle. Princess Rhaenys, I loved my husband, but I will speak the truth we both know. You should have been queen.
Don't bring that back now.
The Iron Throne was yours by blood and by temperament, but here we are. We do not rule, but we may guide the men that do. Away from violence and sure destruction and instead toward peace.
Like Aegon is gonna bring peace.
If we are overmatched, Rhaenyra will be tempted to strike us and war will ensue. Without your dragon, she may be persuaded to negotiate. If it's Driftmark you want, you shall have it. You are wiser than I believed you to be.
She's trying to get peace because otherwise Otto is gonna try to kill Rhaenyra. For sure.
A true queen counts the cost to her people. And yet you toil still in service to men. You desire not to be free, but to make a window in the wall of your prison. Have you never imagined yourself on the Iron Throne?
I don't think so.
To take it for yourself?
I don't know. I don't think so. There was too much stuff happening in her life. She was baiting her, maybe trying to see where she stood and if she would crack. I think Alicent is genuinely just trying to calm things. Like, her husband said, Aegon, throne. Okay. And now she's finding out that a lot of people were planning this and they want this to happen, so they'll make sure it happens. What can she do? They won't listen to her. So she's trying to make things smoother, make things go smoother. It's not gonna go smooth though.
You yourself are the mysterious white worm, I take it.
My condolences on the passing of your king.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah, of course, she's the one who figured it out, who found out through her little spies that she has power. And with that, she basically just proved him that she can, you know.
Where is Prince Aegon?
He is safely tucked away.
Where is the prince?
She's not telling.
I want an end to the savage use of children in Flea Bottom.
I agree.
An obscenity, either tolerated or ignored by the crown.
I look into it.
No.
No, do something about it.
Looking into it doesn't mean changing things.
There is no power but what the people allow you to take.
Oh, they really stashed him. Okay. This is supposed to be the king. As a knight, would you really, like, support this?
No, but you don't have a choice in it.
I know they are supporters for both sides, but this alone cannot make me support the Greens. They're not even unified through this.
United? Yeah, no. I love that it was just Sling. What the fuck are they doing?
No wish to rule, no taste for duty. I'm not suited.
Well.
Let me go. I will find a ship and sail away, never to be found.
The Queen awaits.
Coming from him, it's interesting though. He did say last episode that he tried his best to be the one they expected him to be, and he was always rejected. Like, it was never enough. There's a part of him I pity, but still, every time I start pitying him, he starts drinking, insulting, just fucking participating in shit that... So, to be fair, there's nothing stopping him from saying, okay, I'm king, now I abdicate.
Whatever our differences, our hearts remain as one.
Our hearts were never one. We've been at peace that you moved about the board.
Yes!
If that is true, then I made you queen of the 7 kingdoms.
For your benefit. Or your
You
house's
decided
benefit.
otherwise.
How could I know? I wanted whatever you impressed upon me to want. And now the debt comes due. The debt you are happy enough to pay.
A sacrifice. I understand your squeamishness.
Reluctance to murder is not a weakness.
Still trying to fucking manipulate her by making her sound weak.
We'll proceed now as I see fit. We will send terms to Rhaenyra on Dragonstone. My husband would have desired this mercy be shown to his daughter.
Your husband, or you, his daughter's childhood companion.
Both? And it's fine.
That is still his precious daughter.
He gave her power and now she's using it to make it less crazy. But he still, you know, made this whole situation happen. Like, even the people that say Rhaenyra being queen would have led to war anyway, he's the one that suggested naming her hair.
Yeah.
Have you asked yourself how it is that your father found Aegon first? There is a web of spies at work in the Red Keep. Your father knows this.
He has a foot fetish?
And this weaver watches me.
Of course. Take off the sock. He has a foot fetish.
I mean, yeah.
He has problems with his foot, so
He's
we'd
a
rather
cripple.
see.
There is one way to destroy his advantage. It must be taken out at the head.
Killing
I
the
assume
white
this
worm?
task falls within your expertise.
If you wish it.
I know it's just a foot, but like, to be an object of desire like this, have to show yourself, knowing what he's doing right next to you, and she has no connection to him despite the fact that she, aside from her needing his help,
Yeah.
so it's fucking creepy.
With me, Princess. I cannot let this treachery stand.
I was wondering, they did not seem to all follow those plans. Yeah. As a knight, as a true knight, you would stand against this. They don't give a shit about oaths, and this is the most important thing for a knight.
So no more white worm then?
If she was in there and died too. Fuck. Don't get separated.
Have the decency to look grateful. In an hour you will be king.
And my father never wanted this.
That's not true.
He had 20 years to name the heir and never did, because he didn't like me.
And yet, he whispered to me that you should take his place on the throne.
We never really saw them together. I can't say if he hated him or just disliked him. I think he loved him. It's his son, he wanted him, for sure.
You must not rule with cruelty and callousness. For all her faults, she is your sister, you're your father's daughter.
Do you love me?
That part of his character is sad.
Endlessly.
Well, I mean, he has a reason to ask.
If she didn't love her son, she would not be so disappointed in his character.
Yeah, but with everything he's been doing and everything she's been saying, he's a boy, a stupid boy, who's been questioning the love of his parents. Until she gave him the dagger, he was wondering if his dad truly loved him. That does not excuse everything he's been doing, though, so...
Our beloved king is dead. He whispered his final wish that his firstborn son should succeed him.
This sounded like the King is Coming Home's theme song of Robert Baratheon when he gets to Winterfell.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. But it was exactly that, which is, I mean, little lore here, but...
It is your great good fortune and privilege to be here to witness this. A new day for our city.
A king who doesn't even believe he can do it. And power corrupts. total power corrupts totally, absolutely, or something. So
May the warrior give him courage.
gonna go get that dragon. Why not? You are now king.
All hail his grace, Aegon, king of the Andals and the Rhoynar and the First Men, and protector of the realm.
You can scratch that.
No one.
Aegon the king.
Wow. Okay. It was hesitant as fuck.
You got people at the back, guys, with cardboard saying applause. Just like in Shrek,
Please. This is Blackfire though, which I think is pretty cool.
But with his grandfather, he might be king in names, but we all know who will truly be in powers.
Whoa! I didn't. Okay, I thought she was not gonna kill anyone, but
Well, she crushed them all then.
it's a great way to start his reign. The thing is, right now, she could fucking kill everyone that's standing with Aegon if she decided to do that. She did say there was a beast beneath the planks. Everything she says happens. That got close. Whew. Since Alicent turned out not to be who she expected her to be, I think she respected her enough not to do that. But still, her position is pretty clear. She's not with them. Oh shit. Okay.
Well, that was something.
A lot happened again this episode.
This is gonna get messy, guys.
Yeah, well, war is right there.
But just the fact that all the things that they've done to put Aegon on the throne, killing those who want to stay faithful to Rhaenyra, who want to stay faithful to their oath, that's not a good way to start a reign.
This is basically usurping.
I understand
the
why,
yeah.
but that is not the...
Them saying it was the last wish of Viserys means nothing to me because they did all of that to make it happen. This is what you do when you're usurping the throne. If you have to resort to that, it's because you know that it's not the right thing to do, or that people would think it's not the right thing to do. And unfortunately, even if Viserys had somehow changed his mind on his deathbed, there's no one to prove it.
The only way to back up that claim would have been to have a confession on paper with his...
signature. His coat of arms or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how to call it.
With his emblem, technically.
Yeah. The thing is, sadly for Alicent, again we'll say both sides. For Alicent, she truly believes these were the last words of her husband, but she doesn't want Rhaenyra to die for it. So the makeup they did last episode, it's there, it happened. She still cares for her. She used to be her friend.
But she knows her husband loves his daughter.
And that too. But like Otto said, is it the wish of your late husband or is it yours?
Both.
It's both.
Both.
She does not want Rhaenyra to die, but she knows that unless they give her good terms, or tell her not to come back to King's Landing, not to make a fuss or anything, make it sound like there's no fighting this because they have all the power, she will not do anything. Or at least it's gonna be less easy for her to be like, I'm gonna fight back.
Mm-hmm.
But she also understands she will not go for this. She was her friend back when she was saying, I'm enough, I should be enough for my father, I want to prove to him that I can do it. She has changed a lot since then, but Alicent remembers everything from back then, everything about why she wanted the crown to prove herself. And now, yes, the crown weighs heavily on her head, but to Rhaenyra, this will, whether or not she wants it, this will look like a plot to go against her father's wishes. It's gonna look like a way to take over the fucking house. It's gonna be a travesty. No one fucking likes Aegon. He's not fit for the throne, and Daemon is not gonna stay silent besides her.
But do you think that he might do something about it, or not against his brother, but if something happens to his brother, he won't prevent it?
No, I'm in Daemon.
Oh, okay, I understood Aemond.
I'm
sorry.
No, so Rhaenyra, no matter what she truly believes, this is basically it's a betrayal. It's a call to war. It's a lot of bad shit. It would be easy for her to be like, okay, you know what? You're basically giving me a way out because Alicent is technically looking for peace. She could be saying my children were in danger anyway. I can just decide not to go against this, not to claim the throne. But to do that, that means basically spitting on what is rightfully hers. That means spitting on what she was supposed to give her children. That means spitting on their names and probably becoming being exiled from here forever because they don't want them to come back and potentially make a claim, or for other people to make a claim for them. So there is no future where they live happily ever after. So the best choice would be to get what she would have deserved, which is the crown, which means fighting. Alicent wants everyone to be nice, to not everyone to die, but Otto is going to push for war, he's going to push for death. She is still queen, but now that Aegon has the crown, she's no longer the queen. So whoever whispers in his ear the most, or maybe he's going to turn out to be like Joffrey and decide to do whatever shit he wants to do and it's going to be bad. Who knows? But he has all the power now.
Yeah, they did say that power corrupts.
Yeah, totally.
But I'm pretty sure that even though Aegon is like the face of the crown, his grandfather is going to have all the fucking power in the background.
Well, I want to talk about Aegon because every time we see him, it's bad. But especially this episode, last episode a little bit too, we saw that beneath all the attitude and stuff, which could have been like, he's how old is he? Like early 20s? Maybe?
Well,
10 years since he was a child. So I'm guessing.
Rhaenyra was named heir 20 years ago. He was born maybe
a couple years after. So he's like 18. More or less.
18, yeah.
He's still a child. And he was convinced up until now that both his father and mother did not love him. They rejected him. His father chose Rhaenyra as his heir, but his mother kept telling him he was supposed to be, he was going to be the rightful heir, that people were whispering in the streets it should be him.
Mm-hmm.
So what message did it send him? That his father did not deem him worthy of his throne, so he chose his sister instead. I have not seen them together. He has said he loved all his family, so I'm pretty sure he loved Aegon. He loved him as a baby for sure. He wanted him, his son, so much. So I think it's just whispers in Aegon's head. Like, he knows that he's a fuck up. He knows that he messes up. I do not agree with what he's doing. The participating in the children fights, owning some of those children too, like really pushing that. All the drinking, all the insults.
He's not owning children. Some of them are his bastards.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yes, but well, still it's fucked up, and he still goes to see those. So like, he's a bad person. As a child, I could argue that maybe most of that is him acting up to try and be like, oh, like when I try to do the right thing, you guys tell me it's not enough, or you guys still, berate me and none of you love me, so why not just act my worst and do this shit, because it's not going to change anything. He's had this attitude before of basically saying nothing matters because I'm not heir to the throne. Now he's king though, and he's been given the dagger. He had a quick change when she basically confirmed to him that his father chose him, and see, I have the dagger, everything is fine, you have it, he chose you. He might start believing, well, he loved me all along. This could also give him a big head of, well, obviously he wanted me on the throne, so I must have been worthy, I must have been great, so I don't know. We'll see how he reacts next time we see him. But before that, all the talk of I'm not worthy, I was never meant to be king, he never really gave a shot to this, so he's not prepared. He doesn't have the skills, he doesn't have the head for this.
And he's so used to just doing whatever the heck he wants.
Yeah, so I'm afraid...
Not to indulge in his desire and his lust and his really, really bad habits.
So like you're saying Otto might whisper in his ear. I don't even know if... He's been told by his mom not to listen to Otto. I think he might not listen to either of them. That depends. I'm just PTSD from Joffrey. We'll see. But he's not fit. To me, I feel like he's not fit. I see why Aemond would be saying he's better suited for the crown, considering, according to him, he's been studying, training. Like he's really good at swords, so maybe he's good with books as well. He seems to be much more in control, respectable and honorable than Aegon. But then again, we haven't seen much of him outside of battles and stuff, so I don't know, maybe he's just jealous that Aegon, who in his eye doesn't deserve this, is getting it, and he doesn't want it either.
If you compare the two, I can understand why.
But yeah, people who say like, oh, he doesn't want it and anything, now he may choose to keep it and do whatever with it because he's been told, no, your father chose you, so now you're worthy. And it's gonna look bad, because Rhaenyra, when she shows up and is saying, nope, I was the true heir, it's gonna be a fight of who said what. But those that know the truth, it's still fucked up, because yes, Alicent heard the last words of Viserys. That sounded like put Aegon on the throne. From her point of view, she's doing the right thing. But it's true, from that old guy in the small councils was saying, you know, really good, had really good points. Him saying that he's known Viserys for a while, many, many years. There's no way he would have betrayed his daughter like this. Mm-hmm. That was his, you know, and even more than that, what Aegon said, for 20 years, he kept his daughter as heir. If he wanted his son as heir, he would have picked him. Why suddenly on his deathbed say, oh, put Aegon on the throne? Knowing...
Do a trick like that, yeah.
Well, but that's the thing. Why such a quick change? And people like Otto are not dumb. They knew they were keeping Viserys on Milk of the Puppy constantly. He was barely aware of what was going on. He was constantly mistaking people for other people.
Do you think that maybe they would have done something just like I suggest and make him sign a confession that he's choosing Aegon as heir?
I don't know about that, but they were obviously planning
because
this anyway.
If he was on the Milk of the Puppy, his mind wasn't all there when he was on it.
They kept him on that because he was in pain, but definitely Otto was taking the advantage by basically saying, oh, you're not fit, you're sleeping, you're on Milk of the Puppy, so I will take over while you're sick, you know, while you deal with that. He was really overstaying his welcome, whatever, you know the expression. He was taking advantage of the situation, and who knows what he would have done later on, maybe, but the fact that he was planning this, we kind of knew. I did not know that other members of the council were in on it, but it makes sense because they were all in on it too when they basically forced Viserys, or at least pushed strongly, for him to make Rhaenyra heir. And this is another thing. So those that say that Otto was right when he said that naming Rhaenyra heir meant war, because there were always going to be people that disagree with putting a woman on a throne like that. True. But who proposed the idea of naming Rhaenyra heir? It was Otto who started it. And I feel like, yes, he did it because he did not like Daemon. I felt that he did not like Daemon because he could not control him.
True. If you put a young girl, a young naive girl,
you have more time.
You have more time to change the outcome to your liking, or probably because he suggests to wed Rhaenyra to her brother.
He wanted Aegon on the throne, and with Rhaenyra wedded to Aegon, Aegon would still have, he would have been king still, so she would not have been in power per se. What he wants is for his house to advance. Pretty much everyone in this universe wants that, but some are willing to do it in a good way, and others are willing to do it like this.
Honorably.
Let's
just say that.
Because everyone wants the best for their family, but sometimes people like Otto will say they want the best for their family, but they're not looking out for the members individually. Like when he was saying, oh, we have the same heart to his daughter, we look for the same thing, the safety of our family. You put her in this situation. You did not give a shit what she wanted. You manipulated her into thinking this was the best.
Yeah.
And once she gave a child to Viserys, a boy, you obviously had what you wanted, so you pushed for him to be on the throne instead of Rhaenyra, because it was his idea from the beginning to basically name Rhaenyra heir to get rid of Daemon, and then how easy would it be to get rid of Rhaenyra? He was pushing for this, he was manipulating Viserys, but Viserys decided not to listen. He stood by Rhaenyra's side. So now that he's gone, he can do pretty much everything he wants. The fact that Alicent was there when he died, or at least when he said his last words, and he said that, means he has a reason to push it. Like he can say that that was his last wish.
Yeah.
But if no one had been there, he could have made up something, but it was going to be a coup anyway. They were all preparing for this. It's just now they feel they have more legitimacy. Although I'm pretty sure none of them truly believe that this was Viserys' last wish. Because if Aegon can see it, he never loved me, he never wanted me. Well, no, he wanted you, for sure.
No.
He never wanted me as king.
True.
If he never changed his mind in 20 years, there's no way that when he's half dead, out of his mind with milk of the puppy, delirious, he's gonna switch his mind and it's gonna be legitimate. No fucking way. So they're using that as an advantage. And Alicent is being overwhelmed with everything that's happening. She has no choice but to do damage control as much as possible. But it is a coup. It is usurping the throne. And we're just putting a guy who has not prepared for this at all, who felt until he got given the sword, the knife, felt was not fit for the crown. It's gonna be, we're putting him on the throne. It's gonna be a disaster, and there's no fucking way Rhaenyra and Daemon are gonna go for it. And they're not alone. Like the ones that they got at King's Landing that swore to Aegon, one of them did, well, he got killed, but the three that decided not to do it, if you have to kill them, it's basically because you're naming a guy who's not the rightful heir as king. If he was the rightful heir and everyone agreed, it would be the rightful succession, you know? So this is war. This is the beginning of war. It's crazy. And no, not everyone is going to agree to this. We already have knights who are against it, because if you kill lords for this...
So that the commander of the Kingsguard decided to put his cloak aside and said, I'm waiting for the king.
Him is a good example.
Until then, I will not listen to your fucking orders.
The one that helped, was it the brother? I think he was.
Yeah, the brother.
He decided not to step in because to see, like, they're fighting over each other to put a guy who doesn't want the crown on the throne. He was saying loudly, I don't want it, I abdicate. You're supposed to serve him? Make his word law? He's not fit, and more than that, they killed lords to get that. They betrayed Rhaenyra, despite, her being the rightful heir. They are claiming, and that's another thing, even though we were there when Alicent heard those words, and we know she truly believes this was what he meant, everyone else who's going to hear that on his deathbed, he suddenly changed his idea.
It's only going to seem convenient that he told her that on his deathbed. You know?
Yeah.
Because she's his wife. She was the only person who was there. The only one who heard those words.
And
of course she will push for her firstborn to be put on the throne instead of Rhaenyra.
So basically you're gonna have the people who are basically believing, oh yeah, Viserys obviously changed his mind because he finally saw that a male should be on the throne, so why not? Or those that just agree, oh yeah, she's not lying, he definitely said that. They're gonna push for Aegon. Those that believe that Rhaenyra's children are bastards, which pretty much everyone, but still, those that believe she did not do her duty and she's basically a travesty as an heir, those who would prefer Otto and his family, Alicent and her son, true male, like all these people will push for Aegon. Those that saw how it happened, those that saw the deaths, those that would prefer to stay loyal to Rhaenyra, the lords that were not in King's Landing, because
loyal to their oath also,
those that would keep to their oath, they would follow Rhaenyra. So we have our two camps, and it's gonna be a massacre. I don't know about Rhaenys. I feel like she's really good at keeping to her word, her husband's word. They have chosen to back up Rhaenyra. They have chosen to wed their granddaughters to her children, her boys, and to just turn around and not keep her word would paint her as someone we can trust, someone who has no fucking, loyalty for anything, and we cannot, basically she has no honor, and it's not what her husband wanted, so I guess I would expect her to follow Rhaenyra, but I was a bit afraid she might just stay out of this and be like, you know what, she had a claim once, maybe she could have a claim again, although that's not her ambition. She could decide not to follow anyone because she, why be a part of this when she doesn't really back up anyone? Or she could keep to Rhaenyra and keep to her word, which I think might be the most likely situation.
We will see in the finale.
Yeah, that gives her one more dragon.
Yeah.
The fact that she did that at the coronation definitely means she's not backing them.
That's a huge fuck you guys.
But I think she respected Alicent enough not to kill her in that moment. I think she baited her to see if she would, betray herself by saying something that sounded like, oh, okay, you're basically playing everyone and making them think you're doing the right thing when in fact you want the crown for yourself, or you've had ambition like your father forever. I think Alicent proved her wrong, and because of that, like, she saw you're truly trying to gain peace, you're truly trying to do the right thing, and you're stuck in this situation. She sees her as a prisoner, which she is, so she did not do that out of respect.
Would you have respect for that Lord Storm? I forgot his first name, but Lord Storm, who keep telling her secrets and what's going on, to have that kind of request of his queen?
That's out of the blue, but no. You just switched from Rhaenys to him?
No, but he said that she was a prisoner. She's the type of prisoner always doing the
bidding of
bidding of man.
Well, her father, her husband,
her
fucking Christian Cole, who murders people out of the blue because he gets angry. Fuck, man, he's losing himself, and now he's fucking
that guy
like
also.
He's in charge of the King's Guard.
Yeah, I know. You can really scratch the last part, protector of the realm.
He seems to truly be supporting Alicent, which there's that, but my god. No, that strong guy, I didn't, not Lionel, what's his name? I don't remember. Larys? Sir Larys Strong? Maybe. Anyway, him. I did not see that coming. I think it's a bit disgusting. It's okay to have fetishes, like you do your own thing, but you're basically forcing her, well, she could say no, but she is stuck in this position and he's giving her information.
It shows her that all this time he's good at manipulating people. Thank you very much.
She would feel like she has no allies. She would feel like the only way she can get allies is if she gives them something like that. Like, no one truly is on her side if you think about it, and it sucks. She's against her father this entire episode, and now she's finally, told him, you've manipulated me, you've pushed me to do your bidding, you never really cared about what I wanted. Poor girl, like, she's in too deep and it's too late, and now she's gonna have to defend her family because Aegon is king, and not everyone is gonna be happy about that. But, yeah. And I am excited for the other side of this reaction, the red. The blacks.
I do think that Rhaenyra won't really be happy about it.
Definitely not. She's gonna think they're basically using her father's death. Like, she's gonna be grieving, for one, and then more than that, she's gonna feel like Alicent lied to her by pretending to be on her side and we're all friends.
For wanting peace, yeah.
Yeah, and she may be thinking they killed her father, because that idea ran around a little bit. She may be thinking that they've been manipulating her and they wanted her to stay. She was supposed to come back, so maybe she's gonna think they wanted me to stay in King's Landing to have me killed as well as my father. Like, she could be thinking so many things, but to her eye, kind of like Alicent all those years ago when Rhaenyra did her thing and it looked like she was betraying Alicent, like it looked like she was going against everything.
Yeah.
Alicent saw it her way. Well, Rhaenyra is going to see this her way, and it's not going to be pretty. God damn. But it makes for good drama.
Yeah. It's going to get messy.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the last episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't wanna, the finale of the first season will be on YouTube next week.
Yes.
See you then, guys.
Bye.